And welcome to another update video on AVAX. AVAX might be preparing for an upside breakout. For most cryptocurrencies, it's I think looking quite good at the moment, at least the ones I cover, because I try to filter really specifically to try to identify those charts that show some potential and to identify those charts that actually give us patterns that we can analyze, because not every chart has the volume, the trading volume, or the chart structures that really give us what we need to identify Elliott wave patterns. Most do, but not all are worth analyzing. AVAX is one of those that is quite popular, and it's also one of those charts that could get another rally. What I don't necessarily expect here is a rally to all-time highs, but I am looking for higher prices in the short term, like on many other cryptocurrencies charts as well. I mean, we talked about Solana, we talked about ADA, we talked about Bitcoin. Most of these I've been quite bullish on in recent weeks, especially because we have seen interesting patterns from the April low. And now you see it here on the AVAX chart. I wanted to zoom out a little bit to show you what we can actually identify here. Because the pattern from the April low looks a little bit like the pattern that we saw after August 2024. So I think something similar could be coming up. What we had on this chart after this initial rally, which was a setup for higher prices, we had a rally, a pullback, and a larger rally. I would like to see something similar. We had the rally, the pullback, and we could get a larger rally. I think it might be smaller in size, so it might be constrained by the red resistance area at around $42.20. That means we might not go above that level, but still there is a chance from here, and if it happens, it should happen from here. There is a chance that we see a nice rally into the area, first of all, between $34 and $42.20. And then we can take it from there. But for now, my preferred interpretation, or let's say what I find the more probable outcome, is the blue scenario. I think it's worth watching as primary scenario, because the blue scenario, which is considered an ABC structure in the corrective rally, it's just important from a risk management point of view to manage expectations here. This is not really a great long-term chart, AVAX, but it allows for a rally in the short term, either as part of blue wave 2, which could result in a third wave to the downside afterwards, which could be quite aggressive. Will probably happen when Bitcoin forms a major price top, or, and that's the more bullish variation, not necessarily super bullish, however, instead of just 3 waves up, we form 5 waves up, go a little higher, potentially towards $54, 61, maybe even 71, as part of a larger corrective rally labeled as wave B. In both of these scenarios, I do not expect new all-time highs, but can see a rally from here in both of these cases. This obviously would all be invalidated if the market breaks below the April low, which is currently not expected, but of course possible. Looking at the shorter time frame for AVAX, we can identify a pattern that is quite similar to many other charts, because what we see on this chart is a potential 5-wave rally to the upside in either blue wave A or yellow wave 1, which is a 5-wave move in both cases. Yeah. Then we have a corrective pullback, which is important to point out, because a 3-wave move down indicates that the market might want to go higher. And we are starting to see here something that looks a little bit like a micro 5-wave move up from the Thursday low, 5th of June. So if we get 5 waves up from that low as well, and I mean, you might already visually be able to count 5 waves, but I think it would look best with one more high here. If we get these 5 waves completed as well, then I can add support for this wave 2 pullback, and then we can take it from there. And the wave 2 should then form a higher low and would be a setup for an internal third wave rally to the upside, which again, as always, is the largest part of the rally normally, okay? Normally, we would expect it to be the most significant part of the rally. Now, the next objective for the bulls will be a break above that $21.70 level, the previous swing high, and then follow through higher and a break above $24.30 as well, while forming a 5-wave move to the upside here from the 5th of June low. That's the update on AVAX. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.